It's time to clean our bathrooms. Hey guys, what's going on? It's Meshi with Path to Wellness with Meshi. In today's video, as you can tell by the title, we are going to be talking about the best zero waste cleaning products that actually make a big difference in the bathroom. So I'll be sharing with you some of the best tools and cleaning supplies that have made a massive difference as I've been transitioning easily and effortlessly, that's an overstatement, as I've been transitioning out of using conventional cleaning products into a more sustainable, eco-friendly alternatives. I thought I would just share with you what I learned and what works, and really, I'm not sharing you what doesn't work because I don't feel like wasting your time. So if you wanted to see the best tools that have made a big difference when it comes to cleaning your bathroom, then just stay tuned and let's get started with the video. So the first thing that I wanted to talk to you about, the most obvious one when it comes to cleaning your bathroom, or really cleaning, it could relate to your kitchen too, but we're just going to stay with the theme of the bathroom here. And the very first thing that is like super commonly used, and you already know what it is, it's baking soda. So baking soda is really versatile. It helps you with managing, obviously, odors. What I like to actually use baking soda for is I usually just like leave a little hole here, and I like to just sprinkle it right into the bathtub and in the sink, and I use it around the toilet area. I don't necessarily use it on the floor for cleaning the floor, but I have been finding that like when it comes to just scrubbing like soap scum and that sort of thing, baking soda is always going to be excellent. It's not as abrasive as some of the more chemically filled cleaners, but it depends on, like, maybe you want to kind of layer it on, where you put down one layer and then you add the next thing that I'm going to be sharing with you, and you scrub it a little bit so that it sort of breaks down a little bit of that soap scum, and then maybe you add a little bit of water and you can go in for another round. So I usually like to use it in conjunction with vinegar. So that's my second tip for you. So I have this just in a glass bottle because I don't feel like hanging on to like the big large bottles. I do have like a 5-liter bottle of vinegar that I usually purchase. I enjoy the fact that you can use it as just as a surface cleaner. You can also use it just on top of baking soda whenever you're actually getting down to the nitty-gritty and scrubbing. It keeps everything nice and shiny. It leaves a fresh scent. It's sort of, to me, it's such an inexpensive way to go with a general cleaner, really. So I always like to think of like baking soda and your vinegar as they always need to kind of go together, because baking soda on its own is not as effective. Vinegar on its own, I just always sort of feel like, especially when you're cleaning your bathtub, then it's just, I find that these two work really, really well together. And the tool that I usually use with that is this guy. Now there's a really good chance that I can probably get one that is specifically made for bathrooms, or like you've probably seen like in the zero waste community, some of the larger scrubbies. I kind of like this little handheld guy. You can also pull out the top. This is replaceable, but just the fact that like the bristles are natural fiber bristles, the whole, like the handle is wooden, so there's no plastic parts in here. And really, you just buy this once, and then after that, all you do is just replace the top handle, like the scrubber, when it wears out. But it lasts quite a while, you guys. And honestly, sometimes when you really want to get down to the actual, like if you wanted to, like clean the grouts or anything like that, then I would be using a tool such as this. You can pick this up I will basically just leave all the products that I mentioned here. I will be leaving a link down in the description where you can pick them up when you are shopping online. But a scrubby like this was actually almost one of the first things that I purchased when I started just swapping out a lot of my cleaning supplies. Oh, speaking of vinegar, just as a side note on vinegar, you can also, I think most of you already know this, but you can also use vinegar. You can put that in a spray bottle, and you can also clean your windows with it. So it's very, very versatile. This, I have one actually in my kitchen, and I have one here in my bathroom. Super, super useful, and like the bristles are quite hardy, so they do a really, really good job of just basically getting down to the nitty-gritty of it. Now, the next thing that I wanted to share with you, and I feel like this is sort of like a zero waste absolute essential whenever you're making that transition into the zero waste lifestyle, and especially when it comes to your cleaning products, if you like versatility, if you like making your own products like I do, then you absolutely need to invest in a whole bunch of glass bottles with a topper as a spray bottle. So dark glass spray topper. You can get plastic ones at the dollar store. I kind of don't like that, especially if you're putting any type of citrus oils in here. The plastic will be breaking down and then it kind of defeats the purpose. So I enjoy the fact that this is glass and it's very sustainable. So I usually just pick up a few of these online. You can pick them out really anywhere. I've seen them at Michael's, I've seen them in grocery stores now, so they are becoming a lot more readily available. But what I usually like to do is I just kind of like take the topper off, fill it up with whatever I'm going to be using it for. This one has a general cleaner in it, but I have one glass bottle like this for like a bug repellent, and then I have one for like whenever I'm cleaning my bathroom, and I usually just leave it in the bathroom. So whenever you are doing general cleaning and you are creating your own products, make sure that you have an amber glass with a spray topper. Next up, I wanted to share this with you that I thought that this is super useful, especially when we are cleaning the bathroom. Just get rid of like everyday soap scum in your bathtub, and you want it to just be generally clean your counters. I think one of the must-haves and the most versatile things that you can invest in is something like Dr. Bronner's 18-in-1 Castile soap. So Castile soap is the reason why this is great is because a little bit goes a long way. You dilute it to a 1-to-10 ratio with water. I usually like to add a little bit of the vinegar. I usually like to add a little bit of the next thing that I'm going to be mentioning. But a lot of the Dr. Bronner's a lot of the Dr. Bronner's products are great because it already is scented for you. So if you're looking to make sure that your bathroom actually smells wonderful, then something like we had to buy Go Guy cookies, whatever. Going back to the Castile soap. So lots of different uses. You will be able to make foaming soap, like hand soap with this. If you dilute it properly, it's great as a general cleaner. You can 1,000,001 uses for it, and you want to invest. My big thing with whenever you're making swaps that are more eco-friendly and more alternatives is basically to invest in a few cleaning supplies that have multi-uses. And that's sort of where things like this or the vinegar comes in, where you don't just use it for like one single purpose. You end up using it in like all throughout your home for a variety of different reasons. And I know that most of you will be familiar with this, but the way that I like to use it is actually I just kind of create my own little concoction here. And then that way I sort of go through the entire bathroom. Like all the stuff that sort of accumulates in your bathroom has the ability to clean it. And this wouldn't be a zero waste video without an honorable mention of your little helpers. So I do have quite a few essential oils with me, and I think that understanding how to use essential oils is essential. Basically, what I have for you is a couple of different reasons why I think that you should use essential oils in your bathroom. One of the first things that I like to do in the bathroom when it comes to cleaning is to make sure that I use tea tree. Tea tree is one of the most versatile oils that you can get your hands on. It doesn't, like, I have the doTERRA brand just because I have quite a bit of doTERRA products with me, but in all fairness, any type of tea tree oil, as long as it's still the pure essential oil that you are using, that you're not using the diluted version of it, it will do the job just fine. Basically, tea tree in itself, it's antibacterial, antifungal, antiviral, and this is something that you would basically add into your little bottle along with your soap and along with some water, and you're good to go. And then that way you can use it both as a cleaner in your bathtub and as a general like all-purpose surface cleaner. Something that I love about tea tree and also the next oil that I'm going to mention is just the simple fact that a lot of these oils have properties in them that have the ability to kill a lot of the viruses and a lot of the bacteria that accumulates within your bathroom. And yes, you can get away with not using them, but the thing is that if you do have these tools around in your home, then you definitely want to utilize them as many different places as possible. So tea tree is definitely one of those oils. Now another oil that I absolutely love, and I don't have it the bottle with me, so I'll just pop a little picture here. It's On Guard. On Guard is a blend of cinnamon, clove, I believe it has some rosemary in there, but basically you're looking, oh, and so things like orange, cinnamon, and clove, once you have that combination, they have the highest ability to be able to kill all the bacteria within the surface that you leave it on. A lot of the times what you can use things like On Guard for, or any type of like germ killing essential oil for, is if it's a blend. If you're seeing a blend of orange or lemon, rosemary, clove, cinnamon, that's going to be a really good combination that if you spray it, if you dilute it enough, you spray it on a surface and you leave it, then it will be able to kill off the bacteria that's on the surface. So that's sort of one of the reasons why I love it. Here I just have a small little bottle of wild orange. Wild orange again ends up kind of going into a bottle like this, and then that way once I have my blend going on, then I'm good to go. Now another one that I wanted to mention to you is actually lemon. I do have a little topper on the lemon here, and then this actually makes like a little you can use it as like a really nice air freshener as well if you want to use it that way. I personally like this one, happens to be actually in my bedroom, and I use it for whenever I'm ironing so that it kind of just scents a lot of the clothing, so it's really nice that way. If you don't have lemon, you can also use other citrus oils as well. Lemon happens to be the one that is great for, you know, getting rid of a lot of like glue gunks and things like that. Also, it's very cleansing in the air. But if you don't have lemon, I also have bergamot. So bergamot, orange, they end up having the same constituent in there. It's limonene, but they're just it's still a different chemical compound, but lemon happens to be the most accessible for most people, and it's the most popular one. But if you don't have lemon, don't feel bad. You can still use like things like bergamot or wild orange. They will still do the job just right. Now, the other one that I wanted to mention, and this is more once we're like moving a little bit away from the cleaning part and then what happens afterwards. And I feel like sometimes people kind of forget about this. So I started leaving a diffuser in my bathroom because honestly, you would be surprised of how many times, you know, especially if you have children, things like just leaving the toilet lid on instead of actually closing the lid, the bacteria that's in the toilet, it kind of lurks up into the air, and you want to be really conscious of that. So having a diffuser makes a world of a difference. If you have one, this one is actually from Sage. The one that I like to use in the bathroom, I usually use the ones that are timed. And the reason for that is because I turn it on, and then I know that at the end, within the next like 20 minutes, basically the air is going to not going to have any bacteria. It's going to kill all the germs, kill all the bacteria, kill all the viruses that may be lurking in the air. Plus it's a wonderful air freshener. So speaking of which, the two oils that I usually gravitate towards when it comes to that, one of them is eucalyptus, the other one is peppermint. Peppermint mixed in with your wild orange and a little bit of eucalyptus. It's perfect for mornings. It's perfect for not only cleansing the air, but also you will find that it basically like all the, if you have like really musty scents that are in your bathroom, having these essential oils are actually really beneficial to just kind of freshen up the air around you, especially in the bathroom. This is all I wanted to share with you guys. I hope you find this helpful, and I hope you find this useful. I'm basically going through a lot of these cleaning supplies because we're right in the middle of not only getting our bathroom ready for spring cleaning, but also we are starting to renovate it. So it's like this large transitional phase that we are going through. But I know that a lot of you are in a transition of just swapping out a lot of your conventional cleaners to more of a natural alternative. So having a resource guide like this, I find it becomes super helpful, because then that way it just gives you an idea of how to utilize the tools that you may already have lurking around in your home. Question of the day: let me know one of your favorite products. Out of all the things that we have mentioned today, let me know the number one thing that you already either have in your home or that you have used and why you like it. I would love to hear from you guys. And if you are brand new here, well, thank you so much for sharing your time and your space with me. I'm so glad that you are here. If you are brand new, I usually share with you about 2 to 3 videos each week, and we kind of go into a few different topics. Sometimes we talk about zero waste, sometimes we talk about intentionality and how we can manage our stress, our anxiety in a more holistic way. Ultimately, we're all about intentionality here and how you can become a more conscious human. So, because you might not know sort of what's going to be coming up next, what I usually do is to help you out, I usually release a recap email every single Monday that sort of shows some of the best takeaways from each of my videos. And you also get to see what's coming up next for the following week. So if you ever wanted to sign up, link is down in the description. And of course, everything that I mentioned here, I will be leaving links down in the show notes so you can go ahead and check them out. And in the meanwhile, I hope you have yourself a wonderful day and just keep shining, you guys. And I will see you again in my next video.